What'd you think of that?
Well, that was pretty. I love the music.
What's that?
I love the music.
Hey, pretty good. I thought I'd surprise you this morning with that. I think I might have sent it to you on text, but there's that stupid song in my ears. I thought I'd surprise that with you this morning. A little morning opener.
I love it. I love it.
Only getting better.
Yeah. No, it was. I really love the music and just the vibe.
Yeah, it's like a morning start, eh? And I will admit, Nicole, I have an AI generated version of yourself.
Oh, wait, of me?
Yeah. Did you see it? Oh, watch it again. Watch. See, there you are.
Are the girl with the messy hair?
Yeah, that's the girl. Yeah, watch. Here you go.
Cool.
Okay. That didn't work very well. You know what's funny is I was reading. What?
I like it.
Okay, good.
No, I like it.
I just considered a back shot of myself. Watch. There's the back of Keith. I will tell you though, I read an interesting article this morning that, and I kind of felt like a rant was building up, Nicole, when I read this. But advertisers and marketers around the world are telling agencies and people like you and I don't create content with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I get it. I understand perhaps why. However, I want to suggest something else to you. It seems somewhat self-serving.
Yeah.
Because if you are a leader of a big corporate brand, just whatever, and I'm a leader of a marketing agency or an advertising agency, it's in our best interest for both of us not to use AI tools to create content for our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment that I use tools to do work for you, and the moment you realize that you can use these tools to do work for me, you're thinking, hey, Keith, why do you have this team of 500 people creating stuff for me? It's kind of self-serving, which is why when we're building the network, building the Business Athlete Performance Lab, every decision I'm trying to make is from a place first of AI supported by humans instead of humans supported by AI. And it's not that I don't like humans, it's just a different way of looking at things.
Right. Yeah, no, totally. I actually had this conversation, like a similar conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
And I also had an email land in my inbox from Neil Patel, who's like an SEO specialist. Yeah. And he's, talking about Google cracking down on AI content, which I get. And so it's like, okay, I think people will see that and then, kind of freak out. But, I think that's in the context of like, just really crap content of straight AI and not using it the way that you use it and the way that we use it, human. But like, I was talking about this yesterday and I was like, it's incredible how much time I was actually sharing what you do in your process.
Yeah.
And I said, that's what the amazing part is, that it can save us so much time and it can be used in such a great way. But not just, we're not just going to be like, here, write this blog or make this and not go in and fine tune it with the human aspect. So
you're right. You're bang on, Nicole. And I'm glad you said that, because traditional media companies that do these morning shows and do create content like we're creating this content, I would say those processes have been rooted in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Right. You think about like a morning show that's been on ABC television or your radio show in your community or in Portland. Like, they've done that same show for 30, 40 years. And it's like, and you start thinking about it, right? It's okay. Hey, Nicole, let's go start a radio station in Portland. You're okay, Keith, what do we got to do? Let's go buy a transmitter. So you go put your money out, you buy a transmitter. Then you turn the station on and you hope people listen. Right. Yeah. Where you and I are like, hey, wait a minute. There's 1 billion people on LinkedIn over there and they're active. Why don't we go create some content and get in front of them? Mm-hmm. And largely do the same kind of format, same show, morning show, because people still like content. People still like to wake up and have something for them. But the way that we're doing it from a position of creating content, instantly getting it and distributing it, and then interacting with the network, it's a whole different way to go about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like for example, our morning opener, like that morning opener is completely AI generated, and I make no bones about it.
That's crazy. Yeah. But that fits, like for an opening show. Like
yes,
that's that. Yeah.
Exactly. And you and I are humans on the other side of that. So when it's over, we're like, hey, it's Keith and Nicole.
Right. Yep.
So to me, that's the blend of how you do that in today's world.
Yep. I agree.
And I think the concern is, and rightfully so, you're going to have some people going, they're going to create the AI opener, and then it's going to lead into the AI talking heads that are going to be an AI Keith and AI Nicole. And you're going, hey, who's the real person, or who's the real human? That's why I'm really passionate about what we are doing here. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it and I know you have as well in the last 7 days, just by streaming into LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram. People are like, well, you said to me, yeah, Keith, some girl in my neighborhood walked up to me and said, I heard you on the Instagram, I heard you on the show. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So I'm all for that. And like I said, I kind of went off on a tangent. I understand the reticence to use it. However, I really think if you're not embracing it, you're absolutely going to be left behind, because somebody like Keith and Nicole are going to come in and say, hey, we can create content for you, interact with you, and build your business for you for 1/3 of the cost with somebody else doing it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And high quality. Like, it's the quality on it's awesome. Like.
Yes. Well, if you think about it too, Nicole, as I was saying this to Dave, our designer who was working on that opener for us, like what you saw today is the worst version of what it's going to look like.
And I loved it.
Right. But if you think about that, like, it's only like the quality is only going to improve. Like, we haven't even dabbled into, Sora, the Chat GPT video tool. Right. So when I said to Dave, my designer, I'm like, we need to become experts in that right now, so that by the time it's released in a number of months, we are ahead of the game. Right. So
it's the first time I've even heard of that. So thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So Chat GPT, as we know, last November 2023 released the text production tool. They have a video generation tool coming up later this year called Sora. And it will, so if you haven't seen Sora, let me show you.
Is my video delayed? Can you tell that?
No, you look fine to me. You look fine to me. Yeah. Yeah. I think what we want to do, though, and I just need to get around to helping you with this, is I want to get you a Shure USB microphone.
I was looking, would you stop this? Every time I think of something, then you bring it up.
I'll tell you why.
I can show you my Amazon cart right now. I was looking at microphones last night.
Good. I want to get you two things. I want to get you a Shure microphone and a new camera. I'll tell you right now. I've had people come to me and say, I love you and Nicole in the morning. People are like, listening to you and Nicole in the morning, waking up and you and Nicole in the morning. Nicole needs a new mic. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to Nicole.
I don't have a mic right now, which is actually kind of funny. Actually, I do. My podcast microphone is in my closet. So I'm not even using a microphone right now. So I guess that would be helpful.
If you missed Monday's show, Nicole came out of the closet.
I did, yes. I did. Well, technically I haven't, but yes, I'm about to.
No, technically you haven't, but
yeah, I totally didn't even think of that. My bad.
All right, so I'm totally off script here today already. Let me show you. I'm getting better at this, Nicole. I'm getting better at this, nation. Let me show you what we are working through today. I got a surprise for somebody today. Doesn't even know we're talking about them, but okay. So here's the theme of the show today. So your circle matters. I got a post coming up today on LinkedIn. It's about your circle. The people you surround yourself with, your accountability partners, mentors. We're going to dig into that. Accountability check-in. I have a lab clip today. I met with a guy yesterday, Jeremy Ryan, on the show, Nicole. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me about when he goes into the water, I'm thinking to myself, he's a surfer, pro surfer. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, what's your biggest fear when you go in the water? Are you afraid of sharks? Are you afraid of drowning? No, the guy's like, no, I think about empathy. I'm like, what? So we're going to talk about he's about giving away waves. It took 37 minutes to get to that point of the conversation, but when he unraveled that, I was like, dude, you are an incredible human being. You go in the middle of the ocean and you're thinking about empathy of people around you. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into that in the show. Audacious Goal Fridays, Nicole. Tomorrow, Audacious Goal Friday. We have somebody.
I know.
We have somebody knocked on my door. couple weeks ago, he started seeing our content and he's like, hey, Keith, I like what you and Nicole are doing. I like the Live in the Lab. I would like to know what you're up to. He's in Spain. So I'm like, hey, why don't you come live in the lab? He's like, no, it's too late. So we had a little 30-minute meeting yesterday and we totally got along. And he tells me on our chat, Nicole, that he's about to embark on this big goal. And I was like, why don't you join Nicole and I, sign up for Audacious Goal Fridays, and we will help you achieve your goal. He's like, I'm in. So tomorrow, Anthony Mahai, I think he's how he says his last name. Anthony Mahai is going to join us to talk about his audacious goal. And it's not a little one, Nicole, not a little one at all. So
yeah, I can't wait to hear.
I know. So I'm excited about that. That's going to come up tomorrow. So if you're listening right now, every Friday, we have a massive ambition to help people achieve their big goals. And we're going to announce them on Fridays. And then we're going to invite you back into the lab to help document your journeys. I'm going to get a page set up, Nicole, in our newsletter so we can document it all. I know you have your goal you're working on towards your ultra marathon. I'm working on my goal of trying to be the biggest talk show host, creating some big talk shows. So we're inviting Anthony in tomorrow, which is awesome. I did think we'd get into some social content today, but I don't know if we're going to get to because we had a rant about advertising this morning. Here's one that I'm excited about, though. Creator Spotlight. Helen doesn't know that I'm calling her out today.
Yeah.
So I found Helen on LinkedIn. Helen's also part of my brand built community. She's exceptional. Helen talks about, and you and I are going to love this. And I think what we'll do is we'll invite Helen onto the show next week or whatever it is, because when she sees that we've talked about her, she's like, hey, I gotta go talk to these guys.
Yeah.
But Nicole, she writes a post that says morning routines are full of crap.
Oh, interesting.
And I know you don't feel that way, and I don't feel that way. So I'm interested to speak to her about, why she thinks morning routines are full of crap. And we'll go into that post today. And then I want to help her. I want to help Helen. Whatever we can do, if she's up to it, maybe she's interested in having us assist her with her morning routines. I think that a good segue here, if you look below that, we're also going to tease the LinkedIn profile teardown with Naomi Rose Everly. I think we might be able to help Helen with that.
Yeah. Have you settled into your morning routine? Because I still haven't.
Great question. So I would say today might have been a highlight in my transition to this new morning routine. I was more prepared last night before bed than ever before. I'm prepared for today and largely for tomorrow because I have a late night hockey game tonight. So I was really trying to think in advance. I have some scope of works for some potential customers that are looking to knock on our doors. So I'm like, all right, I got to get a few things done. So I worked really hard yesterday and I'm feeling a little more organized for our morning routines. How about you? You're not, you said you're still getting into it?
I mean, it's not that it's bad. I thought I would be a little bit more settled in by now. Because we're in week 4.
Yes.
But I mean, it's good. Things are good. And I still I love being up and starting my day, but I thought I would
be further ahead.
Yeah. I thought before the show, I would be wearing makeup and meditating, shit like that. And I have not.
I love that answer. That's brilliant because to somebody right now who has big ambitions about doing something in the morning, you're like, no, ain't gonna happen. Nope. Yeah. What?
I mean, I still have my goal is to still get there. It just hasn't yet. So
right. Yes. So I get up at my alarm goes off at 4:50, but lately Lola, my Pomeranian, has been waking up at she's like, hey, it's 4:00. I got to go for a pee. I'm like, oh fuck, really? So she comes and gets me up. I go take her for a pee, and then I try to get her out of the house and in the house before Charlie, the English Bulldog, gets up. Right. Because if Charlie gets up, we're done. So I get her out for a pee, bring her back in, and I'm like, okay, it's 4:10. I'm like, I don't want to get up yet. I still need to close my eyes. I don't want to have coffee yet. So I go back. So I got up this morning 4:50, fed the dogs. I was in my routine by 5, which was great. I was in the gym by 6, which is great. My goals. I got a walk in. I got a lift in. I got a couple cold calls in while I was on the treadmill, which then booked a meeting for Monday of next week, which is awesome. I've been trying to get somebody who, I'll just talk about it with you right now because it's actually perfect for our morning show. Actually, it's perfect for you, Nicole. Oh, Kyle, if you're tuning in right now because I just knocked on your door this morning, we got to get some biocentric lighting out to Nicole Bernard in Oregon. So, Nicole, Kyle Harris is the CEO of Brainlit. They make biocentric lighting. You know what that is? Yeah, so it'll help you wake up in the morning and help you go to sleep at night.
Oh, okay. I love that.
So actually, now that I'm speaking with you out loud about this, because I said to Kyle, because Kyle was a guest on my show, Live in the Lab, a couple months back, and while we were talking, he's the guy that tells me he sold F-18 fighter jets for a living. I'm like,
oh yes, okay, that sounds familiar.
I'm like, who sells F-18? Like, what's that like? So
Yeah.
I got along quite well with Kyle, but he was on to talk about his biocentric lighting solutions at Brainlit, and fascinated by what he's building. Love the product. I believe in that type of technology. So I knocked on Kyle's door. I said, Kyle, can we help? You got great product. Maybe there's ways that we can help you do some stuff. Maybe get the word out, do some promotion, maybe do some sponsorship with us. And so him and I are meeting next week. The fact that we're having this conversation right now about morning routines, very much linked to this idea of lighting. Right? Yeah. So how it would work in our world, Nicole, so you and I waking up is that, what time do you get up in the morning right now? 3?
My alarm goes off at 4:25.
Okay.
I'm a snoozer, and I've realized how many times, like how I can snooze it and still have coffee ready and still be in here by like 2 minutes to 5. So
nice. Good for you.
But again, I would love to be up and be like, oh, I'm so ready for the day. But it's not like,
well,
I feel like that after our show, like after coffee and after like waking up. But yeah, the first,
You would have saw my enthusiasm this morning when I took my picture and sent it to you, right? Because we knock on each other's door first thing in the morning, and I was like, "Hey," because I'm like, I was up and at 'em, and I felt expressive this morning. So
I just send inappropriate memes. That's all.
Yes, yes, you do actually. I love it. So I'm talking to Kyle about biocentric lighting. So how it would work in your world and my world would be as you're waking up, the light would be like dim, and then as you're gradually waking up in the morning, just like the sunlight in your world, it gets up with you, and it helps your body adjust to the lighting around you. So if you think of sports teams, professional sports teams, or high performing centers where people are spending a lot of time under lights, this lighting will help them be more productive throughout their day.
Yeah. What is that called? Like, is it the circadian rhythm or whatever?
That's exactly it. Yeah. Yes. Do you know? Apparently, apparently lack of sleep leads to dementia.
Really?
So we might want to have that on the top of mind as we go through this morning show.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. So anyways, talking to Kyle Harris, I'm excited about that. We got to get some biocentric lighting into our world so we can continue with our morning routine. So we are going to talk about Helen Choi-Padilla's post here in a few moments about morning routines are full of crap. And if you're tuning into Keith and Nicole right now, our ambition is to help you with your morning routine. Help be accountable. Come check in with us because we're going to be here. All right, so LinkedIn profile teardown. We've got some calls to, if you're listening right now, I don't know why people aren't banging our doors down saying, my LinkedIn profile sucks. Can Naomi help me? Yeah, so we want to help you. So Naomi has signed up with us to say, hey, who wants to come into Nation? This is what she does for a living. Naomi is a LinkedIn profile expert. So all we're asking you to do is join the show, 20-minute segment, 30-minute segment. Naomi is going to rip your profile apart. We'll have some fun with it. And then she's going to give you tips to improve it. The worst case scenario, Nicole, somebody's going to get a better LinkedIn profile. Don't know how it's bad. And then later today, I'm meeting with Christian Espinoza in the lab on Live in the Lab with Keith Billis. So I'm excited about that. That's coming up later today at noon. So why don't we take a quick minute coffee break, and then we will come back and dig into the accountability check-in. Actually, before that, I want to talk cheeseburgers with you. We didn't have much time to talk about cheeseburgers. I want to talk about your exchange student, and we'll quickly get into some stuff happening in my world before we jump into accountability check-in. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Go refresh your coffee. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Good morning, everybody. Nicole's grabbing her coffee, refreshing. Good morning, Kennedy Shots. Welcome to Live in the Lab with Keith and Nicole. Mornings in the Lab. We run Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. 7 a.m. till 8 is live. 8 till 9 is not on the loop. We invite you to join the conversation, join the dialogue, throw some questions. Let us know what we can do to help you achieve your big goals. Nicole's just getting herself out of the closet, I think, to get herself organized here. So she'll be joining us here in a quick second. And we are going to talk accountability check-in this morning. Got a few things coming up here. Nicole is just getting herself in. There she is. Oh, my music going off here. Yeah, madness this morning. So, all right, accountability check-in. Nicole, your device isn't connected. I think you need to refresh your browser. Okay, so I want to talk about something we're doing on LinkedIn and on the socials every single morning, which is this idea of an accountability check-in. It's giving people a reason to just check in, right? And this idea of showing up. There she is.
Hello.
No camera.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
You need to refresh your browser. You go refresh your browser.
Okay.
There you go. Awesome. So the good thing is Nicole's working the controls. I like that. She's working the controls, which is fantastic. Coming up today, we got Christian Espinoza. He's well-traveled. Let me just bring up Christian here on the screen here. Christian Espinoza is coming today at noon. The guy has run a number of triathlons and so forth. I just want to quickly pull him up here. So he's Blue Goat Cyber founder, a veteran, best-selling author, keynote speaker, adventure, blood clot survivor, talks about in between. He's an Ironman triathlete. He's an F1 and Nightwave. The guy has done a few things in his life. So I invite you to check out Live in the Lab today, coming up at noon. It's going to be an inspiring conversation. He's a renowned thought leader, best-known author of The Smartest Person in the Room. I always got a joke about this. Hey, Nicole, if you write a book, so I'm talking about Christian Espinoza is joining me here later in the lab here as we were waiting to bring you in here. When you write a book, would you say to somebody it's not a bestseller?
Probably not, right?
Yeah, but everybody has a best-selling book.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I mean, yes, they do.
Does it mean anything to you? It doesn't mean anything to me.
No, I mean, I think it probably used to be a little bit more, but I mean,
Yes.
Now there's a lot of Amazon lists, which is amazing. I'm not taking anything away, but before it used to just be before Amazon, it was a few lists. So it seemed like it was maybe a little harder or a little, a lot very selective, but I don't know.
No, you're right. I think it is devalued because everybody has a best-selling book. Mm-hmm. And to your point, I do not want to dismiss that at all because I want to celebrate somebody's accomplishments. I just believe that the value in that statement doesn't hold the water it used to hold.
Yeah.
Because to your point, anybody can become a best-selling author on anywhere, frankly, right? Yeah. So, yes, I know you still have to put the work in. I know you still have to write the book, all that, but that holds all the value. So
yeah.
Okay, before we get into accountability check-in and our audacious and our creator spotlight, tell me about Nation's curious and I'm curious about the cheeseburger extravaganza this week.
Oh my God. Yeah. So not yesterday, but the day before. Yeah. We just made them at home. So we did the quintessential all-American onion, pickle, tomato,
of course,
double patties. And she loved them. She loved it. And then, so later this week, or what's today, Thursday? I think it may be next week. Either, I don't know, sometime soon. We're going to take her to a restaurant here in town that has really good burgers. The one I was telling you about, it's super tiny, kind of on the way to the mountain. You can't even eat inside, but they're really known for their burgers. So that'll be fun. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're going to take her to, that was why I was a few minutes late.
Yeah.
Actually a minute late. Do y'all have pickleball in Canada?
We do. Yes. Pickleball is a fast-growing sport here in North America.
Oh my God. Okay. So our athletic, she has never played. She didn't even know what it was, but she does play tennis.
Okay.
And so our gym has pickleball courts and they open up a week in advance.
Oh.
So I last night at like 8 o'clock at night, nothing I couldn't reserve yet, but there was like 10 different times. I logged on right before because I forgot it was open on my computer, and saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. There were 2 spots left by 5 o'clock this morning for next Thursday.
Come on.
It's insane. So I had to reserve us a pickleball court so she can experience pickleball.
Yeah. So is that today or is that next Thursday?
It's next. Oh God, no. There's no way you'd get a court today. It's next Thursday.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think you might need to capture some video of that whole experience. Are you a good pickleballer?
No, I played tennis. Like I played tennis in high school, not college. And we went to state and everything, but no, I'm a newbie to pickleball, but we just got some paddles and some balls. It's fun. It's different than tennis, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've never played pickleball in my life. I'm intrigued.
Oh my God. You'd like it. You'd like it.
I think I would. I don't mind hitting the tennis ball around. I don't mind hitting the badminton birdie around or the shuttlecock, as they call it. I'm just a 12-year-old boy. I had to say it on the air.
Clearly so am I.
So now I'm going to get a meme from Nicole later today on my this is about shuttlecocks just flying over the badminton net. She's like, shuttlecock. I'm like, yes, Nicole. Okay, you're 13 and I'm 12 and we're just all great. So everybody listening this morning is having some great humor because we know everybody listening is around our age. So they're laughing, going, yeah, I'm a 12-year-old as well saying shuttlecock on the air.
Yeah. I'm going to go play pickleball later. Because apparently it started with older people, right?
Yes, exactly. All right, it's the bottom of the hour. We're well into today's show. It is off the rails, which I absolutely love. Tomorrow we got 2 guests back to back.
Oh, sweet. Who?
Yes.
Wait, yeah.
We have 2.
Oh, wait, okay, Anthony. I know, right?
Yeah, and then we have somebody else tomorrow morning as well. Maybe I should look on the calendar to see who else is showing up tomorrow on our show. We have 2 guests. So people are like. And it's happening because people see us showing up, knocking on our door, and like, oh, I want to be on that show. I'm like, okay, come on. Oh, yeah. Michael Konetsky. Nicole. I met Michael Konetsky in the Brand Built community that I joined last week, which has been an exceptional community to become part of. Yeah. But Michael has been nothing short. Konetsky, if you're watching me right now, brother, lots of love, man. Lots of love to you. He has, in the last week, Nicole, he's become a super fan of you and I and our show. And awesome. He's on top of the mountain, shouting from the mountaintop, saying, hey, go support Keith and Nicole, go support Keith, go and listen to the show. Like, he has been such an awesome supporter. So I'm like, Mike, you got to come to the lab, man. Mm-hmm. What he does is exceptionally interesting to me. He solves, like, so if you're a business owner, he solves this $1 trillion employment problem when you hire the wrong people. Or you can't hire people. Mm-hmm. Right. So he's got a really interesting business. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur or somebody who's struggles with hiring staff, maintaining staff, Michael's the guy that I think can help you. That he's going to join tomorrow morning for a few moments.
Awesome, because that seems to be a big issue, right? Like hiring. Like I don't know where everybody's at, but it doesn't seem like there's anybody to hire. It seems like so.
I hear the same thing, our ambition is not to get political here on the show. I see there's nobody here to hire, and then I see the thousands of people migrating into the United States from in Texas there, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see the problems this country's having right now. Mm-hmm. Not to make light of it, but yeah. So Michael wakes up every single day looking to solve that $1 trillion problem. So he's going to drop by tomorrow. And then of course, Anthony's going to come by and reveal his big audacious goal tomorrow, which I'm really, really excited about. Okay. Bless you. Let's get into the accountability check-in, which is really all about your circle. Let me just put this, I want to put this on the screen today. There we go. All right. So the idea of a circle, Nicole, I know, so right off the bat, you and I are each other's accountability partner, right? So when you think about a circle, it's kind of who you have in your world that helps you achieve your goals. And I know to many, it would seem kind of simple. It's like, well, yeah, I have my family and friends. But I think as we go through life, we tend to have people around us that we subliminally don't even recognize that they're holding us back.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not suggesting to anybody to get rid of those friends or those humans in your life. I'm just suggesting that the circle you have around you matters to help you achieve your goals. So you might want to look at having some kind of accountability partner, right?
Totally.
Somebody can keep you on track. Your wins are your wins. They're crucial for progress, right? Who's unequivocal and what's the other word I'm looking for? Unconditionally supporting you.
Mm-hmm. Makes a huge difference. I mean, it really does.
I think so too. I absolutely think so too. The second recommendation I will make in terms of your circle mattering to you is mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Guiding through the unknown. We talked yesterday with, we had that clip from John Anderson, knowing that when you get up throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout life, you're going to have challenges.
Yep.
Then anticipating them and then getting through them. So I think that mentor will help you clear the path, help you experience fewer mistakes, because that mentor can help you anticipate what's probably going to happen that you're not thinking about.
Yeah, totally.
Vision.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say too. I think sometimes too with people like we get the idea in our head like mentors. We have to have like I don't know. I feel like you can have a mentor that you don't particularly like engage with. Like so for a while, like I watched Gary Vaynerchuk forever,
Yes.
and he was almost like a slight mentor because he put out so much content, which was amazing.
Yes.
But I never like interacted with him. So it's like you can still kind of until you maybe even get to a point where you can have a one-on-one with a mentor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and I think, Nicole, your point's well stated, because I'm speculating that's perhaps what's happening here on the show. We're putting out a lot of content. People are following what you have to say. People are following what I have to say. And maybe subconsciously we are doing some of that mentoring the people that are hearing what we have. For example, yesterday, I was talking with Anthony yesterday about, and I'm going to create a video clip here today. So many people, when they create videos on their phone or on their desk, they look at the person on the camera, like on the screen, and they're not looking at the light, right? And the magic is if I want you to be thinking I'm looking at you as the viewer, I got to look at the light.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people lose sight of that. It's funny. I had somebody on Alana Sparrow was on the show a few weeks back, and she's like, Keith, where am I looking? Because naturally, when you and I are communicating on screen, we want to look at each other. But the audience who we are presenting to needs to know that you and I are connecting with them. So I work really hard at looking at the light.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to look at the camera too.
And I know that has been a difference maker for me, because people recognize that when you're looking at the light, you're looking into their soul.
Yeah.
And if you can practice good pausing while looking into the light, you're very much on your way. So accountability partners, mentors, and to Nicole's point, that mentor doesn't even have to be somebody you know one-on-one. It could be somebody who you look up to. It could be somebody whose content you're liking, but it could be somebody who's creating some awareness in your life to move you forward.
Yeah.
And then the last one around this, having a circle that, having your circle that matters, is this vision supporter. Somebody that believes in your dreams, somebody's support that fuels you, and something that's important for motivation. And I go back to Michael Kinitsky. Michael has been since I met the guy on LinkedIn and in the brand build community the last 7 days, he has been a huge supporter of our vision. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, nothing. It's amazing.
And then this last one I thought was quite great. So as I was I wrote this last night. I published an account. So just for Nation, I published an accountability post every single morning at 7:16 a.m. Central Time. It's something that I put out there as something to create awareness for somebody in their feed to go, okay, give me something to think about, give me something to interact with. And if you're looking for LinkedIn tips, Nation, I would highly encourage one to consider doing something like that. Do a post in the morning per day, pick a time spot, hold it consistently, and create content that your audience can engage with. And then last,
why'd you pick that time? Why that particular time? Sorry, I'm just curious.
Great question. Because I no reason actually, other than I didn't want to go at 7 o'clock. I didn't want to go at 7:15 because my thought process was everybody naturally will choose 7 o'clock or 7:15, like those natural spots on the clock, right? And then I'm thinking the algorithm might, Nicole, there's no reason. I'm just like, hey, 7:16. It's like after 7:15. So I've been playing with my times, but I just chose 7:16. I saw Justin Welsh is publishing at 10:15 Central Time, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go at 10:13. Because my thought process is if I chose 7 a.m., there's probably a gazillion people publishing at 7 a.m.
Yeah, probably.
So if I could stand out from that crew, I will do it at a different time. So I just chose 7:16.
Love it.
No right or wrong. Yeah. The last one about your, having your circle count, your circle matters, is not all opinions count.
Yeah.
Right? Focus on the opinions who challenge you, push you forward, and share your vision.
Yep. That's all you can do, really.
How do you feel about the ones that challenge you?
I like it. I think as I'm older now, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I could maybe take it the wrong way. But as I'm older, it's like, oh no, they have a point. And if they're challenging me, it's only going to make what I'm doing better. And so just being able to look at it that way, like, yeah.
It's fun. It's true, isn't it? How it comes with maturity. Because in the early days, you're like, nah, I don't really want to hear what they have to say.
Right. Yeah. I just want to say shuttlecock and move on with my day.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So there's a wrap up, right? With your circle matters, nation. Who you have around you, who you have in your office, who you have in your life as friends, family, mentors, accountability partners. Those are the people that are going to help you achieve what you want to achieve, or those are the people that are going to prevent you from achieving what you want to achieve.
Yeah, totally. Isn't there a saying, aren't you like the sum of the 5 people you hang out with or something? Like, granted, and that's like income, that's education, that's like your career. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard something like that, and that makes a lot of sense to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you surround yourself with a bunch of people, somebody's got to rise up, or else everybody's going to drag you down.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
Right. So consider that as you're going on your day today, your circle matters. Your circle, look around you today. Maybe that we put something in your ear to consider who you're hanging out with. And again, not telling you to drop your friends. Just be thinking about it, right? Just be thinking about it. So, okay. So we're 40 minutes into our show here today. And my goal here is to wrap us up by the 52, 55 mark, so we can get production going again for the 8 o'clock show. So I want to do 2 things here. I want to do our creator spotlight, and then I want to do the clip from Jeremy from yesterday. So let's go in the creator spotlight, which would be a good segue, because we're talking about your circle matters. I was doing some research yesterday, Nicole, to see who we would shine the spotlight on for the creator spotlight today, and I stumbled upon Helen Choi-Padilla. I hope I'm saying your name right, Helen. Helen's part of the Brand Built community. Helen's on LinkedIn. Let's have a look at her profile here. So Helen is a LinkedIn engagement, social media management, content strategist, social strategy, video editing person from San Diego, California.
Awesome.
What struck me about Helen was this statement she made, which was, morning routines are full of crap. Now, I'm throwing this out to Business Athlete Nation. I thought this was an appropriate conversation to have this morning because Keith and Nicole are in their 4th week of new routines. And to summarize what Helen said, Nicole, and I want to invite Helen on the show, and I actually even want to invite her on as maybe accountability partner, is that she said to me, or not to me, but she says in her article here that back in 2018, I was one of those people who had a strict morning routine. I need to wake up by a certain time, 4:35, get my workout in, meditate, Nicole, eat a healthy meal, walk my dogs, yes, Lola and Charlie, let them play for 30 minutes, vacuum, clean the kitchen. That's an audacious set of goals first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Vacuum, clean the kitchen, make the bed, get ready, get some laundry going, and then start my day all by 9 a.m. Whoa, Helen, you got too much going on before 9 a.m. But then she goes on to say, in the beginning, I felt great about it. So if you're listening right now and you're trying to get your laundry done, you clean your kitchen, just chill out. In the beginning, I felt great about it all. I felt so accomplished. Plus, seeing that I had done so much early was a great feeling. Yeah. And then she says, I guess you can say I had a great morning routine before all these other people started sharing the morning routines on social media. And then she started feeling the pressure that she was missing something, that if she didn't do something as part of her morning routine, she was feeling failure before 9 a.m. So she says in this article, I would put my worth on how much I was able to do of this morning routine. Interesting, right? So she's like, when I couldn't finish my morning routine, I didn't feel good about myself.
Yeah.
So she stopped it altogether. She's like, nope, not doing the morning routine. And she said it took pressure off herself. I do what I can when I want, however I want. When I have time to meditate, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And she said, it's allowed me to become a less strict person to myself, and she's become more relaxed along with it. And then she ends it up, Nicole, and I love how she ends it up because I'm a believer in this, and I know you are as well, which is, what's your morning routine like? Is there something you absolutely have to do as a non-negotiable? She says, I know a lot of people say a morning routine is key in being productive, feeling amazing, but it did the opposite for her. While I find value in a morning routine, trying to check off so many things did the opposite for me. What's your thoughts on what she had to say, and what would you recommend to Helen when we have a chance to sit down with her?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love that. It is so true. I mean, whatever works for a person might not work for another person. That goes for your marketing, your business,
Yes.
workouts, like we're not all the same. The only thing that I think is it seemed like a lot, and then like another spectrum. So for me, I might have tried to find something in the middle that was a nice balance. Can you hear my microphone?
Oh, there you go. So Nicole went and got her microphone from the closet. There you go. Awesome. There you go. I love that.
So yeah, that's the only thing that stuck out to me. But yeah, seriously, whatever works for a person, I am all for. So.
Yeah. So what struck me with her article, and Helen, when you tune into this, because we're going to tag you in the post and put it out on social and welcome you into the lab, I would invite you, Helen, to join myself and Nicole, become an accountability partner with us. And I do believe in morning routines. I'm a big believer in the non-negotiable because I believe it sets up the rest of my day. I would like to offer a suggestion up to you, Helen, from Keith and Nicole here. Maybe we can help you add some non-negotiables into your day, which helps you maybe move your day to a point where you were feeling like yesterday, back in the old world of having routines. Maybe we can be your accountability partner, Helen. Maybe we can find ways to help you continue your journey through LinkedIn and to help you achieve your goals by adding some structure, but flexible structure, Nicole.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Adding things to the more list, removing things from the less list, and so forth. Because we talk about flexible goals here in the lab, and I'm about that all the time. Like I looked at yesterday, looked for the next 2 days here. Yeah, I had some goals this week I had to get done, and they're going to get done. But it was really, Nicole, and I know you were the same, was about moving some things up and down the list, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like I knew I had a big commitment tonight. So like, okay, I got a big commitment tonight. Usually my routines these days have been getting my morning show settled up in the evening. So I took yesterday and I removed a few things from yesterday's list, added some things from today's list to yesterday's list, and then removed some things from tomorrow's list. By the end of the week, I'm going to achieve my goals.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
Just managing lists for me.
Yeah, totally. And I love the flexibility too. So like I said, even though my morning routine isn't like the dreamy, meditating, red light therapy, green juice that I thought it would be, like I'll get there one day, but just getting up and being here every morning is what works. Like I'm proud of myself for that because it's, it's been early. And then I know, cause again, I like to sleep. I'm like, well, I can, the weekends I can sleep till like 8 or 9 because, we have pretty chill mornings now that sports are, kind of actually on a break, but I just know I can make it up then. So.
Yeah, I'm the same. And I will admit to you and Nation that there are some times where I do find myself putting my head down for maybe a half an hour or an hour, sometimes in the morning around 10:30 or 11, or even in the afternoon after my afternoon show. I find some of my conversations after my afternoon show, I'm so wound up. Like I'm so, like I just have to step out of the studio. I go upstairs, I sit with the dogs for half an hour because I just kind of go.
Yes. Yeah. I've been taking a little like afternoon cat nap too. Sometimes I don't fall asleep, but sometimes I do. Remember how we talked about naps before? I think that was week 1. Like a year ago.
Yes, exactly. You mentioned red light. We have to get John. We have to get my vitamin G guy. Oh,
it's not consistently done, but when I do it, I mean, I like it. I don't know if it's in my head or what, but
no, it's not in your head. So John Graham Harper, CEO of Lumaflex. Do you know John? Have I introduced you to John?
No.
Okay. Well, here we go. This is love the power of this show. I'm going to introduce you to John Graham Harper. He was one of my first guests after you in the lab. He's the CEO of Lumaflex. They're a red light therapy company.
Oh, cool. Okay.
John's a former athlete, and he, like you, was like, hey, I need to find ways to heal, So he invented this flexible red light therapy product. And I'm a big fan of John. John, what's shaking, man? Huge fan of John. He's hard worker. He's ambitious. He's out to change the world with his product. And I want to do whatever I can to support him. And you know what? Again, John, you're welcome here on the show, man. Whatever Keith and Nicole can do to support you, maybe we do some sponsorship or something. But between Kyle's biocentric lighting, John's red lighting, like there's some good recommendations.
Light up the world, yeah.
Light up the world in the morning. Light up the world. I've never used red light therapy before.
I'm a newbie. I think I got it like 3-4 weeks ago, and mine's slightly more vain. I want to. Apparently, it helps wrinkles.
Yeah.
So, so
why should you be any different?
I know, right? I'm like, well, I mean, I don't really want to go the Botox. I won't go the Botox route. So let's try this.
Yeah. So. Interesting conversation, because I have this conversation with Lauren all the time about Botox. I'm like, no, you don't need Botox. You're beautiful. I love your face. You don't need Botox. My fear of Botox is that when you stop taking it, not my fear, is that when you're done taking it, it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm now accepting my face. No, accept your face now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I've heard that too. It's like, it kind of like once you start, I don't know if you can get off the train, like, because I've heard, and again, anybody that has more knowledge than I do, feel free to chime in and tell me I'm totally wrong. But that's my fear. It's like, well, I don't know that I would want to do this into my 80s. So I don't know. But
I do have an idea for us. We should invite Botox specialist on our show. Maybe, just maybe, you know how I like to make recommendations, suggestions, and we kind of make decisions. Maybe somebody might want to do a Botox injection for both of us on the air, and we can see how it works.
I'll watch you. Yeah.
I do have a secret for good face though on a camera, and I've been telling everyone that secret. It's just good lighting.
Yeah, it's true. I have lighting too in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, so. You turn the lighting up, and it just melts the years off your face, Nicole. It melts them off your face. Melts them.
Okay. I actually have a girl in Louisiana who has her own spa, or I'm not sure if it's called a spa. Sorry, Lizette, if I'm saying it wrong, but I'll reach out to her. She's killing it.
Let's do that. Do that. I also saw your friend from Hawaii is joining the show.
Aria. Oh my God. Yes. She's amazing. And that's hardcore. Because what'd she say? It's 2 a.m. her time when she joins us.
Yeah. So again, Keith and Nicole are all about providing solutions. So Nicole reached out to somebody she knows in Hawaii, and Aria says, well, no, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's too early for me. So I presented the solution for her. I said, well, in Aria, you could either stay up later or wake up early, because you could come join us at 2:30 or 2:45.
Yeah, totally.
And she chose to. She's going to join us.
Yep. Yeah, she's awesome. Networking queen. Yeah.
And she has some kind of podcast with Don't Give a about something.
Oh, that's her company. She's almost like a show the F up media. So she does a lot of PR with her clients. And prior to that, she was the founder of, it was the mom-owned businesses. It was the Mob Nation out here. So she lived out here in Portland for a while, but went back. She's native Hawaiian. So she went back and moved back to Hawaii a few years ago, but like huge organization throughout Portland. I think it even like spread to California and Texas of mom-owned businesses, connecting them. So
interesting. Yeah. I'm excited about having her on the show. That's going to be great. That's going to be really great, actually. So, okay. So, wow. I tell you, man, I go into these shows sometimes, I get stressed because I want to make sure we have content. I want to make sure we have topics for flow. I want to make sure that we can keep the audience engaged. And then it's 51 minutes, it's gone.
Right. It flies by. It really does.
Are you surprised by how fast it goes?
Yes, I am, honestly.
Me too. Me too. And Nation, I know that you're all saying, give Nicole more time to talk. I'm trying to get better. No, I'm getting better at giving more gaps for us.
I'm good with how much I talk. So
you're doing great. And you know what? I'm going to tell Nation this too, because we're here to inspire and motivate. Nicole Bernard came to me originally, like, I hate video. I'm like, yeah, but this is video, man. I got to do it. And then yesterday I saw a post on LinkedIn, which is, LinkedIn's heavily moving to videos. It's going to open up a TikTok style feed, and Keith and Nicole are right here at the beginning of this. So if you're scared of video, come join us. We will help you get comfortable. Nicole's into 4th week of this. She's a pro. She's a pro, working herself out of the closet. Okay, let's work towards wrapping it up. Today on the show, I have Christian Espinoza, and let me show you what this looks like. Christian Espinoza is going to be showing up here today in the lab. Oh, that's not going to work very well. Yeah, okay, that was a fail. Anyway, so Christian joining me here today in the lab, triathlon marathon guy. He is. Let me just pull him up here quickly here. So I want to make sure I give Christian the props that he deserves. So Nicole, medical device cybersecurity expert, Blue Goat cyber founder, veteran, best-selling author. Here, why don't I do this? Keynote speaker, adventurer, blood clot survivor. He talks about the in-between Ironman, triathlon, F1, and Nightwish. The guy has done a couple of things in his life.
Yeah. That's amazing. People are amazing.
Aren't they? That's what I love about this show. These people we're meeting that are amazing. He's completed an impressive 24 Ironman triathlons.
Whoa.
24, Nicole. And he scaled 2 of the Renown 7 summits. So I'm going to bet.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bet Kilimanjaro, and I'm either going to bet Aconcagua or I'm going to bet Mount Vincent. Mm-hmm. Vincent's in Antarctica, and Aconcagua is in Argentina.
Okay.
So that's what I'm wondering. So anyways,
I can't wait to hear.
Me too. He's a PADI dive master. He spent time in the Mexican jungle with Mayan shamans. And he's a sea licensed skydiver. Christian Espinoza, Nicole, has spent his life just sitting around doing nothing.
Not doing much anything.
So I'm excited to have Christian in the lab here later today to maybe tell us about we only have an hour scheduled because I'm going to get Carter his insurance for his car that he bought.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we can.
How's he liking it? Or how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. No, I'm good. I had my emotional moment when he drove out of the yard in my Jeep. In our, I guess, Keith and Nicole. So now I'm like, oh, good. He's got his car. He's growing up. He's on his way. Yeah, he's on his way. My mom and dad always had fridge magnets, Nicole?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have any?
We have them in the U.S. too.
Oh, good. Okay, there. Mom and dad have a fridge magnet on their fridge with shaking mom, with shaking dad. And the message on it rings for me today. The greatest gift we can give our kids is wings.
Oh, I love that. So true.
Right? So because we want to encourage them to fly.
Yep.
So
totally.
Maybe that's a great way to wrap up the show.
Yep. It's a good reminder for sure.
It absolutely started the show with, your circle matters, people around you matters. And, we talked about a number of things today, but we're ending it with the fact that get children, friends, family, give your kids the gift of wings. Encourage them to fly.
Yep.
What do you got going on today, Bernard?
I don't know. A lot of work, some meetings, podcast. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good. I got a bunch of meetings today as well. And I'm working with Celine on some LinkedIn profile ideas for you to send your way. And I got a great chat coming up with Christian Espinoza today.
I know. Yeah. I want to tune into that one. He seems really cool.
Yes. Cool. All right. Let's get out of here. So I'm going to go package this thing up. So it's 56 minutes into the show. We're going to package this thing up and try to get it up by 8:00 and then get it out into socials as soon as possible.
Yeah. Would that be your record? You should
I'm working on it. Trying to get faster all the time.
Okay.
Awesome. Have an awesome day. We'll talk to you along the way. Okay.
Awesome.
Bye, Nicole.
Happy Thursday.
Bye, guys.